So we're going to go to my favorite part, which is round 3. We're going to call this the lightning round, okay? Simple concept. I'm going to say something. You just tell me, blurt out the first thing that pops in your head.
Like I got Tourette's.
Exactly like you got Tourette's. All right, man, let's do this. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Ronnie Coleman.
Phenomenal guy, great work ethic.
Ironman Pro Lighting.
Best ever.
Explain. Delve into that real quick.
Well, Mike Neville, who used to work for Ironman magazine and that, he had like that stage where it gave you 3D look. Even if you didn't have it, he had the lights coming from up this way, from behind, from the back, and I was across the whole stage too, so no matter where you stood, you look fantastic.
The stage was this thin. You were always worried that you're going to fall off from the front or the back, but there was lights from Ironman lighting.
And that's why you'd see the Arnold Classic the following week later. It was so lit sometimes for TV back then. Their lights would just wash you to hell out. So you could be in ripped condition.
Awful.
You see your photos from the Arnold Classic, you're like, oh.
Awful. Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, let's move on. Ronnie Coleman 100%, Phil Heath 100%. Who wins?
Ronnie Coleman.
God bless you. Men's physique division.
Wonderful. They got a quite. Was that the board short division they do that? I'm not sure which one they do.
Don't you f***ers come after me for that one. I was him on that one.
Look, I respect anyone that goes to the gym and trains, but for me, it's like, when are we going to stop with all these divisions? But some of these guys, they're more fucking feminine doing this with their arms than the fucking women are. And now my daughter takes photos with these guys, and I was at an expo with my daughter. She was taking a photo. This guy comes over. I can't even do it. He comes over and he stands beside her. He's like, I'm like, oh, grow some balls, mate. Stand like a fucking man, for God's sake.
Oh, all the hate. Hey, if you all gonna send hate mail, send it to him. Don't send it to me, man.
Look, I respect them training, but I think just some of these divisions need to be like, the bikini and those board short classes. To me, that's like the old Hawaiian tropics contest back in the day.
No, I agree, man. I talked to Dorian, and he was. We'll get him on the show too. All right, NASCAR.
How's that?
NASCAR.
Still love it. I don't see it much here in Australia, but I love car racing. So.
Blondes or brunettes?
Brunette.
Ooh, that was a little shocker, man. Coming from a man down under. Damn. Got me on that one. Gold's Gym Venice. Gold's Gym Venice.
Great place. Crazy place, but, in the era, it was the best place to be.
Yeah, it was something special. Okay.
And if you do ask me tits, I'm going to say...
yeah, he's a guy too. God bless you, man.
I say vagina because people get mad all night. I said, well, what are the tits really? They're like decorations. To me, I explain it like it's Christmas time. Here's the Christmas tree. We put our decorations on the Christmas tree. Come Christmas morning, you're not running out looking at the decorations. You're looking down there to see what's under it. So if she's got nice titties, you're looking at the... I've said it a million times before, you could marry the hottest girl in the world with the best tits in the world, but if you can't get her vagina, how boring is that? You're going to go Hong Kong for the rest of your fucking life.
How can you not love this guy, people, man? How can you not love Lee Priest?
Titties are boring. And half of it are fucking fake.
Remember that, ladies.
They don't fucking move.
All right. Nasser El Somebody, 100%. Big Ramy, 100%. Who wins?
Nasser. I'm thinking back to Nasser at the 97 Olympia, which I think he should have beat Dorian. If I'm looking at Nasser and to Ramy, I'd say Nasser.
I agree. Women's bodybuilding.
It's a shame they ruined it. I used to enjoy that because, Kathy was in it, and when Kathy was competing, I know I'm going on a bit here from the quick questions, but they were told to lose 20% of muscle, which Kathy and a lot of the other girls did. And when the other girls did that, they still placed the bigger girls ahead of them. So Pretty much they killed off that sport themselves by awarding the muscular girls. The ones they didn't want, just like the big stomachs they didn't want, they kept placing them first. So, it just sort of destroyed it. But I respected them. I stood up for them one year saying, look, I'll give them my prize money because they need more. They were starting to get less money than the bikini girls and fitness girls. I'm like, these women bust their...
I agree.
As much as the men do and shit, so they should have been respected more and given more money, not having to go out and get schmoes to fund their bills just so they could have a fucking career.
Yeah, I totally agree. Classic bodybuilding division.
I like it due to the fact that, to me, if the guys can get bigger and bigger but keep their classic lines, it's going to be back to what bodybuilding used to be before
Correct.
the guts got out of control. Whereas back in our day, you had the big guys and shit, but it was still classic. Now, bodybuilding, the opens got so far out of control, they've had to make a new class to almost bring it back to what bodybuilding used to be.
Correct. Paul Dillette.
Nice guy, great friend.
Good. Kuwait.
Never been there. So, you know. So, but it seems like it's the place to be and stuff like that in Dubai with the money and the shows.
Dubai. I'll sit down and talk to you about Dubai sometime, man. That's Disneyland for bodybuilders. Okay, Jay Cutler.
Very good guy, good role model for the sport. I wish he would have spoke out more back when he was in the sport, but, you know, we all have our reasons and stuff like that. But I think he's a good ambassador of the sport, very professional, unlike me, people would say.
I agree. Jay's a good guy. Jay's a good guy. All right, Vegemite.
Yeah, you agree with what, Pete?
I agree that Jay's a good guy. Jay's a good guy, man. Vegemite.
Acquired taste.
You people, not everybody could have about 100,000 people going and Googling Vegemite. Google it.
I know it's salty. It'd be like, I guess it'd be like eating black cum. Not that I've ever eaten white cum. But, you know, it doesn't have that ammonia smell to it.
Oh shit, Vlad! Don't get mad at me, man. Don't get mad at me, Vlad. Okay. I'm going to give a preface for this one, but then I'm going to let you answer too. I have traveled the world as you have. The best, the rowdiest, I think the most amazing fans are in Australia. What's your opinion about Australian fans?
I think they're great because, you know, I think we don't see as many down here. So when they did come down and bodybuilders come down, I think they really support it. So I'd have to say Australia, and I've travelled the world. I'd have to say some of the rowdiest fans, though, because they're fucked up like me and are covered in tattoos. A lot of the UK fans, the English people, plus they like that a lot of beer and shit. So by the time that the night show comes, they're half pissed, so they get a bit rowdy.
No, Australia, without a doubt. You guys are rowdy, crazy. I loved going down to Australia. Last one, King Kamali.
Nice guy. We never really spoke much back in our day. It was always just hi, hello, and stuff like that. So I wasn't sure really how you ever felt to me back then or whatever, because, you know, like I said, I never hung out with bodybuilders where I just stuck to myself, and when I got into the car racing, I just hung out with normal people. So I think the only time I ever saw you might have been at Expo walking by or backstage at a contest. But,
that's correct.
You know, I like anyone like yourself who speaks their mind and tells the truth. You know where they stand. If you didn't like me, I'd like, okay, well, King doesn't like me. He's not going to be one of those people who comes up and goes, hi, Lee, how you going? And as soon as you turn your back, they're like, oh, fuck you, I hate you. So I always respect people that you know where you stand with them when they speak their mind.
Appreciate that, man. And my personal opinion, again, I'm not going to, there's no bullshit. There's no exaggerating here. I still think, and I do to this, and I agreed with 99% of everything he just said. And I think he's one of the best of all time. And I also believe that if there was a 212 division, that Lee Priest and Sean Ray will be fighting themselves to hell and back trying to win that Olympia title for the 212 if they had it back then. So
Sean was saying, off King Lee. When you look at the fucking results, he wouldn't come close to me.
Hey man, it's my opinion. I just think that it would have been the battle. It's two different bodies, two different looks, and again, Lee Priest 100%, Sean Ray 100%. I would pay money to see that.